The music industry is always evolving, yet some moments seem eternal. In 2024, one song captured that essence. Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us was not merely a track, it was a pivotal event, a vibe, a movement. Nearly a year after its release, Apple Music's statistics tell a fascinating story. Every song that surpasses Not Like Us on Apple Music's all-time most streamed songs list was released before it premiered online on May 4, 2024. This is truly remarkable. By the way, welcome to Celebrity Hip Hop Showroom, where hip-hop and celebrity drama never sleep, so hit that subscribe button so you never miss the mess. Let's get into it. When considering the most streamed songs of all time, you're looking at a vast array of music accumulated over many years. These tracks have had plenty of time to gather streams, emerging during the early days of streaming and benefiting from the rapid advancement of technology. They include hits from established artists like Ed Sheeran, The Weeknd, Drake, Taylor Swift, and Post Malone, none of whom are newcomers but rather giants whose major hits have been featured in algorithm-driven playlists, TikTok trends, and cultural soundtracks for years. However, Kendrick took a different route. He entered this competitive space with only months of streaming experience, not years. And he did so with a powerful impact. To clarify, Not Like Us is now officially the top Apple Music release of 2024. This is not conjecture, opinion, or hype, it's supported by solid data. The closest competitor is Morgan Wallen's Last Night, released in February 2023. While that song dominated country charts, set streaming records, and became a commercial success, it had over a year's head start. Yet Kendrick is right there, closing the gap, rising and making his mark in history. It's easy to overlook how quickly this all happened. Not Like Us was not launched with months of anticipation or elaborate marketing strategies. Instead, it was part of a fierce campaign during Kendrick's public rivalry with Drake, a track that served as both a diss and an anthem. It was raw, immediate, and unfiltered. And the world didn't just listen, they were captivated. From its release, Not Like Us went viral. On YouTube, lyric videos and performance clips racked up millions of views within hours. On TikTok, the beat and memorable lines, "Trying to strike a chord but it's not like us," became the backdrop for everything from dance routines to parodies to analytical discussions. On Apple Music, it quickly climbed the charts. But it didn't stop there. Unlike many viral hits that quickly rise and fall, Not Like Us demonstrated remarkable staying power. It remained at the top of the charts, week after week, both in the US and internationally. It transcended being just a fleeting trend and became embedded in digital culture. So how did Kendrick accomplish this? How did a song released in May manage to join, and possibly challenge, the all-time legends in just over a year? Let's first examine its cultural significance. Not Like Us was launched at a moment when the hip-hop scene was yearning for authenticity. Following a period dominated by melodic rap, auto-tune trap, and tracks driven by algorithms, Kendrick offered something sharp, personal, and urgent. He wasn't just following trends, he was setting them. The song directly targeted Drake, both overtly and subtly, in its tone, and it didn't hold back. This wasn't merely a playful dig, it was deeply personal, precise, and intelligent. Kendrick employed West Coast production, DJ Mustard's powerful beats, and sharp lyrics to convey his message. He did this with charisma, flow, and precision that reminded listeners of who he is. Next, Kendrick had impeccable timing, not in terms of duration, but in cultural significance. Not Like Us was released at the height of a long-standing rivalry with Drake that fans had been closely watching. The tension had been building for nearly a decade, with subtle insults exchanged through albums, features, and interviews. By 2024, it had reached a critical point. Kendrick's timing was flawless. He made his move when interest was at its peak, anticipation was high, and fans were eager for a pivotal moment. Not Like Us was that moment. It wasn't just Kendrick reacting, it was him seizing control of the narrative. Additionally, the replay value of Not Like Us is exceptionally high. It's more than just a diss track, it's a hit. The beat is infectious, the hook is unforgettable, and the verses are packed with quotable lines. The performance, both in the studio and live, is captivating. Consider the renowned pop-out concert on Juneteenth 2024, where Kendrick performed Not Like Us 5 times in a row. It wasn't excessive, it was theatrical. Each repetition built excitement, and every drop sent the audience into a frenzy. Videos from that event went viral, drawing even more listeners to Apple Music. People weren't just streaming the song, they were living it. Kendrick was aware of this. He made sure that Not Like Us had a life beyond its initial release. From subtle changes in the lyrics during live performances to engaging the crowd in ways that made them feel part of something significant, Kendrick turned the track into an experience, a ritual, a movement. Now, when you look at Apple Music's most streamed list and see Not Like Us alongside global hits, it's not by coincidence. It's the outcome of strategic creativity, perfect timing, and a cultural phenomenon. Songs that achieve higher rankings, such as Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, and Drake's God's Plan, benefited from the advantage of time, establishing their presence through playlists, global exposure, and algorithmic promotion. In contrast, Kendrick had only a matter of days, weeks, or possibly a few months of concentrated attention. Yet he still managed to reach their level. Moreover, Kendrick's music prompts the industry to reconsider the definition of success. For years, critics have praised him for his conceptual albums, intricate storytelling, and artistic integrity. He is often viewed as the anti-pop star, someone who prioritizes meaningful content over mass appeal. However, Not Like Us proves that Kendrick can excel in both areas. He has the talent to top the charts while staying true to his artistry. He can win Grammys and dominate the music scene. He can release a song that tackles conflict while transforming it into a celebration. Despite its incisive lyrics, Not Like Us emerged as an anthem. It transcended being merely about Drake. It symbolized pride, West Coast culture, and authenticity. It became a staple at cookouts, a favorite for pregame parties, and a rallying cry for both Kendrick fans and hip-hop lovers. We should also recognize DJ Mustard's production on the track. The catchy rhythm and groove created a welcoming sound that resonated with everyone. You didn't need to be aware of the underlying tensions to enjoy the song, you just had to listen. So, what does this signify for us? Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has officially become one of the most streamed songs in Apple Music's history. It is the top-performing release of 2024, outpacing tracks that have had years to accumulate streams. It has accomplished this while remaining deeply rooted in hip-hop tradition, lyrical richness, and cultural significance. This is a win on all fronts. For Kendrick, it clearly shows that he is not only respected but also beloved. He's not just a talented lyricist, he's enjoyable to listen to. He's not merely consistent, he's impactful. And when he chooses to express his thoughts, the entire world takes notice. In a streaming era that favors frequency, catchy algorithms, and often superficial hits, Not Like Us stands out for its sharpness, focus, and intention. It reminded listeners that storytelling, context, and authenticity still matter. It illustrated that depth can coexist with commercial success. As 2025 unfolds, the influence of Not Like Us continues to grow. New listeners discover it every day, while longtime fans revisit it like a treasured classic. DJs play it, commentators reference it, and Kendrick's global performances only enhance its impact. As Apple Music updates its all-time charts, Not Like Us has the potential to climb even higher. Unlike many viral hits that fade away, this track has achieved a timeless quality. Kendrick didn't just produce a diss track. He sparked a cultural transformation. Now, backed by evidence, he ranks among the greats, not only in name but also in streaming achievements. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.